Hello, everyone. Welcome to quick math, round 11 of season 14 of Midweek Tier. This is Performance Racing League, PRL. I am your host for the night, Hoop BK. Welcome. At Hungary tonight, which is maybe half a step better than last week at Monaco, but there's at least a single overtaking zone here, and qualifying is pretty fun around Hungary, I would say. So should be in for a fun 17 minutes, 15 seconds. And perhaps we'll have a full grid again tonight. A couple of guys still trying to get in. So we'll take a look on Airborne Tiger, who's reserving in the Aston Martin. It's already had a couple of podium finishes, I believe, in the tier. So a lot of pace. Good driver to hop on board with for our first hot lap for quali. Give us a good idea of the circuit. I'll try to run through the lap as we go through it. I'd say turns like from the start finish line through turn 4 here, a lot of fun. That's sector 1 plus the next corner, and then nothing happens in sector 2. And maybe you can get a dive right here into this corner. And then kind of just snail along the third sector. But first 4 corners here, a lot of fun. So hop on board with Airborne Tiger as he starts his flying lap. He'll throw down a good one for us. Heavy braking, about the 100-meter board. Whew, maybe a little bit of a rear lock. A bit of a tighter turn 1, what a kink, not really noted as a corner. And then this downhill left-hander turn 2. Go side by side here, but got to get back in line for turn 3. Good exit, use a lot of curb. And then this flick turn 4, downshift to 6, throw the car in to left, and then tighter right-hander, and he goes a big wobble, ends up off the track. To the chicane, turn 6 and 7, I believe, and then just trying to keep the car planted for a much slower section in sector 2. Get back on the throttle, nice flick, maybe a little bit of a lift there actually. Another heavy braking zone, and then it's kind of this semi-banked turn 13, I believe it is. Just be very patient. Same with turn 14, another essentially long hairpin. Use as much curb as you can on exit, And a 1:16.8 is our first hot lap of the session. We got a car. Oh, Vinny, what happened here? I think Pickle Tickle was the next one I saw that was leaving the pits. Gibby, 1:16.6. And the Pickle Tickle in the 1:18s. Car's out pretty early here. How about Echo? Let's see if Alex is on a hot lap, and I think he is. He splits at 1:17. Pole's almost certainly going to be in the 1:15s, right? 1:14s. It basically comes down to how fast can FBI agent get around this track. Nico is 1:16.5 in the Sauber. Set up and pushing, or perhaps impeded, a 1:30. Gortsas 1:16.5, so time's starting to trickle in here. Just a half-tenth behind Nico. So both drivers will be fighting for top 5. Spin and win. We know what his one lap pace can be. spot up. And Kobe plays in the other Red Bull today. Yeah, going through this list, there's a ton of pace in this field right now. Very interested to see how qualifying shakes out. Let's see, what do we got? Spot up, must have had it off. Vinny pushing on. Heavy Chalice. Excuse me. Here we go. So FBI Agent, that was just a warm-up lap. Now into the 115s, 115.9. Yeah, 114 was pretty low to say earlier. So 115s, we'll say mid 115s for pole lap. Maybe a little bit lower than that. But FBI Agent, our championship leader, looking for his, I believe it's 13th consecutive podium. Out of firsts and seconds. And I believe he just has to not lose 30-some points to Toneless today, and he will have locked up the championship. That's my unofficial math. Now Kobe up to 116.4. That's good for P2. Out of 13 drivers have thrown down a lap. Ooh, we might have... interesting. We have a surprise guest in the race. Keeping an eye out for that. Hey, let's hop over to spin and win. Serious pace of qualifying over one lap. Let's see what he can throw down. We also got Andy Wu ahead on track. Got a yellow, I think, car's just trying to get out of the way. That spin invalidated at some point. It's super easy to do, probably on the exit of turn 4, that flick to the left. Just running a little bit too wide, get all 4 tires over the white line, and that's it. That's it for your lap. So he'll have to go again. It says Andy Wu, purple sector 2. Don't know how truthful that is. But he could certainly be up here in the top 5 by the time this lap is over with. Good line through the final corner. Ran a little bit wide. Stays as a valid lap, though, and it's a 1:16.7, good for P7. Spin's going to have to go again. Obese mode. Also a ton of pace. There's a lot of pace in midweek right now. Very exciting to watch. Even on tracks like Hungary, where it's, well, pretty damn difficult to overtake, but should be in for some pretty good action. Let's see, Pickle Tickle improving through Sector 1. He's found 2 tenths. It's going to have to find a lot more through the rest of this lap, though. So Beast Mode jumps to P2. That's a McLaren front row right now. Down with Pickle for the rest of the lap here. May have to throw an invite out in a second. So Pickle Tickle into the 116s, now mid 117s, so finds 6 tenths, but there's quite a bit of gap between him and 10th, so just shortens that gap. Furzy up to P2. It's so Furzy in the Williams. That wing almost dragging it. There's a very low wing on the front, it seems. Yeah, 1 second. Let's see. See if that does it. It's probably a bit of a spoiler, but should have Laradri joining us to fill out the grid now. Always a pleasure. Nico, 4.5 tenths up. He's going to be knocking on the door of the 116 flat. Can find a little bit more time here in the final sector. Pretty tidy exit there. Yep, into the 150. And he has provisional pole by 13 thousandths of a second. Still a lot of time left, but joins FBI Agent in the realm of 115s. And he moves on to provisional pole. So he is on the front foot. Oh, Gord is off. He was improving too. He was up a quarter second. And the looks like the chicane got him. Maybe a little bit of curb on entry. Could be on exit. And that didn't last very long. FBI Agent. Alright, maybe 114s are on the board then. 115-1. Maybe a 114 is possible then. Hey, Gibby moves to P3 in the Alpine tonight. 116.2. Pretty tight here near the front. So from P3 a 116.2, and then a half second to P9, 116.7. Airborne Tiger not very far behind that. It's the 117s that seem pretty sparse currently. Hey, Kobe, I saw that. P2, the Barbadian driver, gets inside a 115.8 to the 115.7s. Certainly, I think the second spot on the front row is going to be hotly contested. Ghost Viper, I think missed that his first lap, jumps to P10. Spot up found a bit of time his last time around, 6 tenths. Here's Toneless, who is P2 in our driver's standings. As I mentioned earlier, he would need a disaster from FBI Agent to remain in the championship hunt. It's pretty much wrapped up. FBI Agent, it's a possibility and kind of a likelihood that he would lock down the championship, if my math is correct. As Toneless goes over and invalidates. We have Ramsey, Laradri yet to throw down laps as well. We have a cool lap for Gibby. Let's check on Echo, who had just improved, I believe. It said 2 tenths on that timing sheet, so. Here he is after a sector. Okay, he's improving very slightly. P10, P11 in reach. This is where the downforce really comes into play, this very tight, twisty sector 2. In the race, it's going to be you're following and you're in the dirty air that entire sector. Impossible to make a move. Found another 10th through that sector. Bit of a wobble there. That's turn 11, 12 maybe. So Alex in the Haas Into the 116s, 116.6. Good for P8. Yeah, this upper midfield super, super tight. Let's see. It's Vinny on an out lap. There we go. So it's the Williams of Furzy that's about to finish up a push lap. He's currently P5. Finding a bit of time. See if he can get past Gibby and onto that second row. He'll break into the 115s, actually. Will break onto that second row and P3 on the board. There we go, Heavy Chalice. We got him right at the end of his lap. He moves to P5. Mr. Sauce. He's pushing. Into the 16.3, so good for P7. We gotta keep tucking up spinning when in his one lap pace, and he is very fast, but hasn't been able to put it together so far in this session. P13. Let's see, Nico. It's an out lap. FBI agent on a push lap. Don't know why. He's got it locked up. I'm not sure anyone can find 8/10 right now. Well, Furzy jumps into the pits. That's going to be it for him. There's Nico, P4. He's on a push lap. Trying to find the back end. Chalice jumps into the pit lane. That'll be it for him as well. Gibby getting prepared, and I can't see how much time is left. 35 seconds. So actually, he will jump in. So a lot of drivers actually hopping into the pits. They are done. They will not throw down any laps. Ramsey, his lone hot lap. A 116.2, good for P7. Gord, is he getting back to the line in time? Just barely. I think he'll be the last one, but I can't tell because we have perpetual yellows. Obese mode. So yeah, BI into the pits, I believe. Yep, so the checker flag is out. Let's see who finds how much time. Obese mode, no improvement. He will stay P9 for the time being. Airborne Tiger jumps to P6. Caught that. That's a Red Bull, I believe. Is it Kobe? He had invalidated. So it was spot up P15. The Haas's both into the pit lane. Ferraris. Spin invalidated. Pickle Tickle. Find some improvement, but will remain P16. That blue is a V-carb. I know that one. It's the other one. Which is Ramsey. Did he crash? Did Ramsey crash into the wall there? Oops. Anybody improving? Anyone? Looks like this is going to be our order then. Cars continue to circulate. I've had some really interesting races here in the past, so Hungary, always a good time in this league. There's been some feistiness here, I think. There's, of course, frustration in any track that is difficult to pass at. So we'll keep an eye out for any action, any argy-bargy. And to add on to that, I think we're expecting rain in the race. I think it's our first wet race since Singapore last season. Was that 15, 16 races ago? So, wet start. Tough track to pass at. I think we're in for a lot of good action. And only 5 of y'all are going to watch it. Where is everybody? Tune in. Alright, so here is our starting grid. We have FBI Agent on pole once again. Kobe P2, Furzy, Nico, and Heavy Chalice through P5. There's Airborne Tiger, Gibby, Ramsey, Gourd Sauce, and Obese Mode to round out the top 10. Ghost Viper, and then Echo and Andy, the pair of Haas, Spin and Win, and Spot Up, the 15th. And then the Pickle Tickle, Pixel Knight, Vinny Sips, and then No Times from Larodri and Toneless, who will start from the rear. There we go. Yep, so it rained. I haven't done too much driving in the wet in this game, but I'm going to say enter conditions. Yeah, certainly looks like it. Yeah, so we're going to the championship battle. I believe it is 33 points that Toneless would have to gain on FBI to continue it being a championship battle. Considering the most points you could get in a race is 41, 36 for a victory, 2 points for fastest lap, 2 points for clean race, and a pole point. 41. That's tough to pull off. And also considering Toneless is starting at the rear of the field. But anything can happen. Wet race. In the constructors, McLaren at the top. This has been a deadly duo between FBI Agent and Mr. Obese Mode. They lead by 106 points over Mercedes duo of Toneless and Gourd. Ghost Viper and Northern Canuck in the Williams. Actually, I haven't seen Canuck in a couple of weeks, but Ghost Viper and whoever ends up reserving in the Williams. P3, they are 128 points behind McLaren. Alpine in 4th, Ferrari 5th, Aston Martin 6th, V-Carb, Sauber, Haas, and Red Bull. In the driver standings, it's FBI Agent, Toneless, 155 points back. Gourd Sauce, 21 points back from him. And just 6 points back from him in P4 is Heavy Chalice. As we're going to get the formation lap here in a very soggy Hungaroring. Not telemetry, please. Yep, all enters. Not surprising there. So my understanding, it might be about half the race. And yeah, our first like naturally wet midweek race since Singapore of season 13, which is round 4 of 10. So whatever the math is on that, it's like 15, 16 races that we've been able to stay dry in midweek, and that streak comes to an end, for better or worse. Some guys really prefer racing in the wet. They really shine. Because I feel like Spinowin has expressed that he enjoys driving in the wet. Starting P14 on the grid. Also, just such a tough place to pass at. Yeah, not much strategies there, game. Should dry out at some point, is my understanding. Tola's taking his time to get around. I love it. So FBI agent in the front of the field, sitting for a while. Those tires are really going to cool off. Cruising, just a Wednesday evening drive around a very rainy Budapest. So the Mercedes gets to the back of the grid. And here come the lights. 4, 5 lights, and we are underway. We're pulling away. Oh God, what happened here? We're at the back of the field, it's fine. We got some contact here. Already a bunch of movement throughout the field. Let's get to the midfield here, 3 wide into turn 2. Is it gonna work? We're with Echo here in P10, P12. Cars all over the place. Actually pretty tidy there. Maybe a couple cars running wide, but I didn't see any argy-bargy through turn 4. Super easy to do. And side by side here into the chicane. So Nico has lost out in a lot of spots. We'll note that real quick. And FBI agent already, like he has the last couple of races from pole, just already stretching out his lead to over a second, already 1.3 seconds. Spinowin and Ramsey side by side. We see side by side battle behind them as well. Spin to the inside. Ramsey trying to get on the power. We saw him slide. That'll become the outside for the Ferrari. Maybe a little bit of a wheel tap. These are two of some of PRL's finest here. And if we can get a half-decent camera angle, that'd be fantastic. But Spin has the position. Dive there from Wu. Almost gets his nose there. Let's see. Go Gibby and Airborne Tiger fighting for P4 now. So Gibby up 3 spots. It's one of our bigger movers. Spinowin up 4. Toneless started from the back. He's up to P17, up 3. The biggest losers through a lap is Nico. He lost 5 spots. Ghost Viper down 3. Ramsey down 3. Whew. Almost everyone ran wide there. Just saw Kobe do it, and then everyone behind him follow suit, trying to get the line right. So you can make a cheeky dive there. Maybe not quite these conditions, as the strategy screen reminds us. Big slide there from Gord, trying to get the car slowed down. Wow, really fighting through turn 13. Got to lose a bit of time there and bring the McLaren of obese mode closer. Obviously, there's not going to be any DRS, so no help there with the gaps, but just something to note. Already 2 seconds from FBI to Furzy, and nearly 2 seconds from Furzy to Kobe. Kobe leading that train down to P8. So we get some moves here. Ghost Viper gets down to the inside. Side by side with Alex. Man, both of them just trying to get the car slowed down, sliding through this corner. Ghost Viper gets the position, but everyone loses a ton of time. That'll bring Alex super close with Pixel Knight. And Spot Up just behind. I'm just trying to get the car slowed down in these conditions. Cool tires. We get to spin it when we saw the slide off the curb, essentially. Got onto the exit curb. Man, sliding mid-corner as well. These drivers just fighting for traction. But also spin, spin starting P14, trying to... He has the pace to get ahead of some of these drivers that started further up the grid, but harder to take advantage of in these conditions. Let's see, we'll go to Gibby. Not going to be close enough for a move. Really, anyone's going to be close enough for a move there. But possibly into the next corner. Big slide there from Kobe. Not a very efficient line. I think it'll bring the Alpine a bit closer. And the Aston Martin all over the rear. That's Airborne Tiger in P5. The Alpine running very wide. Not going to be too many clean race, no track limits, I don't think, for this one. Tight track, wet conditions. So Airborne Tiger, a bit of a wobble back there. His teammate just behind. And Obese Mode catching Gord. And Nico actually may have found a bit of time to getting towards the back of that McLaren. He's towing along Spin and Ramsey. Woo, Viper, Echo, Pixel Knight. Spot Up. Toneless might be getting closer to a move on Spot Up. We'll keep an eye on that. So Pickle Tickle and LaRodri cruising. And Vinny and P20 at the back of the field. So these three, and essentially a battle for P3. Ooh. So that they're trying to... You usually want to stick to the inside line on that corner, and that way you can stay inside, get a really good turn in on the next corner, as we saw Kobe pick up 3-second time penalty for track limits. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of those. But they're just understeering through turn 2. I was going to note that this trio had pulled away from Heavy Chalice, at least at the beginning of the lap. But Chalice already back within half a second. Spot Up gets by Pixel Knight. I think Toneless is going to also try to take advantage here. Perhaps a mistake in the middle sector for the V-carb. Toneless gets the... Ooh, well, Didn't get my depth perception didn't help me out there, so did not get alongside. Oh, yep, I knew that was going to happen. So Airborne Tiger to the inside of Gibby, and he will complete the pass up to P4. Seeing Gibby kind of struggle, maybe had a little bit higher wings than everyone else around him. Seems to really be understeering through at least the first sector we had noticed. Started dropping a bit of time to Airborne Tiger. And just behind, there's a Heavy Chalice. Saw a big slide there. Gortsaw's starting to reel him in. I think, I mean, this trio's been together for a little bit, but it seems Gord may be catching. At least from the helicopter view, it doesn't look like it is actively raining. Yeah, so track may start to dry out. Noticed FBI agent putting in fastest lap after fastest lap, so the track definitely drying out a little bit. Maybe not quite there for the switchover though. Now we saw Gord pretty close, within 4/10 there. Airborne Tiger gotten by the Alpine. Oh, big slide there. About to say trying to make him, or size up Kobe for a move, but a big slide out of 2. You get to this section of track and it's not no good overtaking opportunity, so he will simply have to follow for now. Just don't make a mistake, and don't be so close as to, if Kobe makes a mistake, you get into the backup. See the field pretty much bunched up from 2nd to 13th, but it's a DRS train without the DRS. I think I'd missed that. Ramsey getting by Spin and Win at some point. Gortsauce in the pits. Wonder if he and Spin and Win making the decision go onto the slick tire. So our first takers. The field is close enough to where you can undercut. Going onto the hards. Get in there first. Be bold with the decision. Be brave. Rodri is in as well. And if you can turn in a good lap here, you can jump a lot of cars. So Gord will come out P14 just behind Spot Up. Probably not ideal for him, but Spin comes out behind his teammate, P18. Gonna jump through the field real quick. So watching these cars slide through the chicane. So now, earlier the issue was likely the tires were too cold, and now these tires are probably heating up quite a bit with a much drier track. Oh, big snap. Huge snap from Airborne Tiger. Holds on to the car, though. That could have been a mess. See if we have any more takers this time. Furzy in the pits. Let's actually check in. Heavy Chalice joined as well. So Gord actually is dropping time, I'm noticing, to Spot Up. It was 4 seconds when I glanced not too long ago. It is now 6 seconds. And it seemed like he came out just behind the Red Bull, and he is Much further behind. So Pickle Tickle gets to the inside of Toneless. They're side by side. And he will complete the pass. But a lot of drivers... Woo! We got the Chalice almost losing the car out of the pit lane. So still treacherous conditions, it seems. He's trying to get the car to go the correct direction. Spot Up gets around him. The undercut does not work for Gord Sauce. He's actually much further behind than he would want to be. And we're still watching a car slide around. Yeah. The slicks might not be the call at all. So Furzy was P... Where was he? He was near the front. P3? P2? Oh, but he's going to lose the car here. Yeah. He jumped onto the medium tire. We saw a bit of a slide. Found the barrier. I'm not sure I see any damage, but it is still interconditions. The slick runners, it's not working out for them. Oh, Beast Mode, Airborne Tiger come in, though. Maybe the track is continuing to dry, but those that came in early have lost quite a bit of time. Airborne and Obese will come out well ahead of Furzy, probably due to his slip up there. They'll come out ahead of Spot Up, so they have undercut or stayed ahead of Gord. But man, still watching Obese trying to get these tires fired up. Part of it's because they're hards, and part of it's just the conditions aren't quite optimal for them yet. See Ramsey on the back of Nico now. I believe he had been there. Andy Wu actually, I believe, was the one that caught this group. Spin had come in for the slicks, and Andy Wu was behind him. FBI agent still pouring in fastest laps. I believe earlier it was 133s, 132s, 131s. We're in the 128s now. And he's cruising out front. Nico will come in. He says it's time for slicks. Maybe it'll work out for him. Has not worked out for a lot of his competitors, but the track certainly looks drier. That line has come in. So the Sauber can come out. Will be... Ooh. Remember how far back he was. I feel like he was with Obese Mode, more or less. He's going to come out ahead of Airborne Tiger. So, the undercut's not really working. Airborne Tiger was P5. Nico was P8, P9. Just observing from here, it just seems like you would want to take... Oh, we've got a car around. Yep, Heavy Chalice gone off after turn 3. So I'll drop a couple positions there. A long way back to spin and win a P17, though. Of course, that's coming down rapidly now, but still quite a bit of a buffer. All right, FBI says it's time. Kobe in Ramsey and... Ooh. Big lock, trying to get the car slowed down. But Gibby and Andy Wu stay out on the inters. So that'll give Gibby the lead for the time being. Andy Wu into P2. So you see FBI try to get those slicks up to temp. Pepper Echo Spot Up as well was on the intermediates. So Pickle Tickle and Vinny Sips, we'll keep an eye on them. Pickle Tickle's in. Oh, big slide for Nico. Ramsey coming out of the pit lane. And the fastest lap is actually on A slick and DRS is now enabled, so the stewards have decided it is dry enough to activate the DRS. This driver's still side by side. Interesting. So Ramsey, Airborne Tiger goes well off. He's going to lose a bunch of time and pick up a time penalty. So now with DRS being enabled, I imagine we'll see Gibby and Andy Wu enter the pit lane. Got a car around, or at least the car was slow back here. Yep, so the lead does not last too long for Gibby. FBI agent will return to the top of the timing page. Let's see, they'll also go on the hard. So a lot of hard runners now, perhaps just trying to get to the end. Nico throws down fastest time, 128.4, 128.0 from obese mode behind. So time starting to tumble. Ramsey side by side here. They are still scrapping. A bit of a contact, a little bit of a wobble on exit there. So Ramsey holds on to P5, goes deep, and there's contact. They've spun. Not a great corner. That's going to bring out, I think, a full course safety car. It's at least ghosted. You see a lot of yellow. Maybe it's a VSC instead? VSC, yep, I see the board. So, looks like Ramsey went a little bit too deep. Andy Wu wanted to take advantage of that and put the nose in. Did not quite work out at the apex, so it's a bit of an incident, and it brings out the VSC. Everyone already is coming to the pit lane, so no one's going to benefit from this. Noticed Ramsey had quite a bit of damage to the front of that car. Man, FBI agent so far ahead right now. And we're back to green. I don't even think Ramsey was able to get to the pit lane. Oh, spin and win. I was going to say lost out. I think it was a bit of a spin there. He's going to drop a couple of spots and lose some time. Kobe, a much better jump on the restart. It was 18 seconds. So now it's 14. There's Gibby and Nico. I don't think I see any damage to the front of that Haas. Ramsey got the worst, the brunt of it as he was turned into the wall on the inside. I think he had also ghosted by the time the Haas got there. Have to keep in mind that DRS is enabled. So once we get to the front stretch, we'll have some DRS battles going on. Yeah, Ramsey missing an end plate for sure. And Kobe throws down the fastest lap. 124.2. Goodness. Obese Mode joins him. Let's see, any DRS overtakes here. Not quite. I think we're already stretched out a bit. It's Ghost Viper 27th. Ramsey to the inside of Furzy. Keeps it tight into turn one and makes the move. So even with damage, not slowing him down too much. Some pretty fresh medium tires and 6 seconds ahead to the next car. So try to break that toe. Put in some good laps and get closer to P8. And he picks up a time penalty after I went away from him. Alright, so probably went a little wide into turn 4 then. That fast left-hander. FBI agent well into the 122s. He's got fresh mediums, he's got clean air, got a load of pace. And I believe he's lapping Spin and Win, who I think came in for, yes, a new set of hearts after his spin. So Gibby looks like just trying to break the toe, went to the inside. And Nico definitely pulling up quite a bit. We'll have the flap open again in the second little zone. Not close enough though. There we go. So Ramsey not being able to pull away from Furzy here. Got that overtake done. Defended from it this lap around, but still pulling him along, not making any inroads towards Ghost Viper and P8. FBI agent well into the 121s now. Yeah, remember that big train we saw from P2 to P13 earlier? That is dead and gone. Gibby actually throwing down the fastest lap, 121.2. But he kind of leads a bit of a train. Actually, no DRS that time given to Nico or Airborne Tiger, so even this is starting to stretch a bit. Ghost Viper all over the back of Andy Wu still. It's actually hot, but I want to see. Yeah, the Williams all over the rear of the Haas, who was actually our biggest mover. Started 13th up to 7th. Viper slowly reeling him in. And is certainly going to have an opportunity this next time down the front straight. DRS open for him. We get a better look, please. No, I'm going to watch from the other side. Pretty easy move, and he'll have DRS on this next little straight to pull away just a touch. Got yellows, but I think that's just Pixelmite getting out of the way of FBI agent. Not any good places to actually get out of the way for the leader. It's not a lot of space. Yeah, and he loses the position in the meantime to Spin and Win, just trying to get out of the way. Let's see if Airborne Tiger is... he's kind of losing a little bit of time, but still within a second of Nico. I mentioned that this front pack has started to stretch a bit. Kobe sitting around 14, 15 seconds as Gibby picks up a time penalty. And 6 seconds back to Gibby. Nico now 2 seconds back. And Kobe throwing down the fastest lap, 20.5. Yeah, Pixelmite calls it a day. Understandable. This is not... It's better than Monaco, for sure. Not exactly a fun drive, though. Ramsey still holding off Furzy here. Yeah, Ghost Viper. Ooh, excuse me. Ghost Viper holding off Andy Wu. So no real moves here, but we will get a move as Toneless gets to the inside of Spot Up. This will be for P14. And the Mercedes makes the pass pretty cleanly. Lock up, slide. And he'll have DRS at least to help get away. Yet the Mercedes will take P14. It was P20 on the grid. Like he's been reeling in Spot Up for a while now, but finally gets close enough to make the move. Alright, so time penalties. We're kind of getting to that point of the race here, lap 20 of 35, where the penalties are starting to come in. Just take a look at so Nico probably keeping an eye on that. He's within 3 seconds of Gibby. Gord Sauce keeping an eye on that. And this entire group, 6th through 8th, with Airborne Tiger having a time penalty. Okay, Beast Mode actually. I was about to say, all of our battles have kind of stagnated. Andy Wu still within a second of Ghost Fiber, but hasn't been able to really get a move on yet. Furzy falling away from Ramsey. We caught Toneless getting by Spot Up. But Obese Mode catching the Aston Martin of Airborne Tiger for P5. Already there on the timing sheet, but not on track. We've got a car around. A heavy Chalice. P13. Yeah, a little mistake through the chicane. But Obese Mode in danger of not getting DRS here. I think he got it, though. He's just not going to be close enough to make a move. Oh, no. Is that a full course safety car? Furzy DNFs. We're not going to be able to see what happened, but I imagine it's something to do with that barrier at the end of the pit wall. Maybe a little bit too much curb on the inside, and we're going to have a bunch of takers on pit lane. Well, this will mix it up. Yeah, pretty much everyone will come in now. Throw on some mediums, hards, whatever they want. Whatever they have available. FBI agent will follow suit. He was on the medium tire. He's got 14, 13. It'll be less than that once we go green. Hard tires for our championship leader and championship hopeful. Yeah, unfortunately missed the incident, but should have an idea of what happened there based off of where his car was. Just caught that wall, smashed right into it. Oh, no. Oh, that was interesting. Yeah, so Andy Wu staying out. Had the position, I believe. It's kind of odd. He is the only one staying out. He's on 9-lap-old hards, but gambling here, trying to keep some track position. Most of his competitors are on brand new mediums. Gibby new hards, FBI agent new hards. Pickle Tickle and Spin and Win, the Ferraris, also on new hards. But everyone else, new mediums. So we'll probably spend a couple of laps getting the field put back together. I take the opportunity to shut the hell up for a couple of minutes. Thought about this while watching the actual F1 race this past weekend, but how much fun it's got to be to drive the safety car. Like, it looks slow because Formula One cars go much faster typically than the safety car, but that car is moving ass. It is hauling. Like, he is pushing that Mercedes. It's like the whole more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. Oh, this car's fast anyway. You're just also driving it fast. Oh, that'll be interesting. So Spin and Win is second in line behind the safety car. I feel like there's been issues with this before at this track that I can recall. Lap cars trying to get out of the way as quick as possible on a safety car restart, but it's just a tough position to be in. But definitely a big benefit to FBI Agent at the front that there is a lap car between him and his competitor in P2. We'll find out soon enough how well Spin and Win can get out of the way, as the safety car is in this lap and FBI Agent has control of the field. All right, we're going. He hits it before we get through the corner, and Spin getting out of the way now. Kobe already to the inside of Andy Wu into turn one. He's going to make the move. Clean move. And that's just the newer tires. Nico and Gibby. Nico had got to the inside. Now the outside that has the track. He's be able to work with it. He gets by Gibby. Airborne Tiger is there. Obese Mode is there. Ghost Viper as well. So safety car bringing the field back together, and we should see some good battles from here on out. Hopefully I can catch some of the highlights here. And Kobe within half a second. I know it condenses there through the chicane, but he found quite a bit of time. And he's pulling away from Wu, who, I can appreciate the gamble, but I'm not sure it's going to work out for him. He's already falling away from the front two. Oh, we've got a crash. Or at least the car was around. You can probably feel the frustration now behind him. Look at this train. See Nico attached to the rear wing of that Haas. Puts his nose out to get a whiff of fresh air. He's not going to be able to make a move, though. Side by side, Airborne Tiger and Gibby. Aston Martin to the inside. Good move. That opens the door for Obese Mode, almost. Doesn't quite get there, though. And Andy Wu still holding on to this position, P3. No tight racing through there. Into the chicane. So nice and tidy. I know we've got a battle for the lead up ahead. Kobe with the time penalty, though. I kind of want to stay on this battle, which is about 8 different battles in a trench coat. See, we see some cars weaving to the inside, considering a move, but not quite being close enough. And that's from 3rd all the way back through 14th. There you go, Gibby loses out to Obese Mode. He's still going to be somewhat alongside, and everyone's going to have DRS here. Oh, big spin and a huge shunt from Ramsey. That's an instant yellow, and I think we're slowing it back down here. Perhaps some confusion now on who actually had the position. Oh, big hit there from Ramsey, and that is an instant DNF. Still think there's some confusion here on who is supposed to be where, as Andy Wu is pulled away, and Airborne Tiger, or if the game has confused itself as well. Big hit. He says, whoops, in the Discord, so maybe just a little bit too much throttle on exit, huge hit to the inside wall, and that ends his day. Looks like the timing has figured itself back out. Wu back in 3rd. Airborne Tiger, Nico, Obese Mode, Gibby, all behind. Is this a full course safety car? I thought it was going to be a VSC. So now what? Yeah, the medical chopper warming up for Ramsey. Yeah, I might need the jaws of life for that one. So our leader finally catching the safety car. It seemed like, I don't know, that seemed like a really long time for the safety car coming out. So probably have a lap or two, 5-lap shootout. Said Andy Wu was just going to go for it strategy-wise. Let's see if he's going to do it again. I feel like you have to. Not too many laps left, and you pit now, you lose out. You're P17, P16. So I'm sure the Haas will remain on those old hard tires. And once more, we play the waiting game. Yeah, I had a feeling wear would not be an issue. Say at this point you're committed to staying out because there's not that much time left. Lose a lot of positions. So at this point, the Haas just playing defense, trying to hold back this crew of Airborne Tiger, Nico, Obese Mode, Gibby. I'm sure Ghost Viper could get in the mix as well. Take a quick look at penalties. Kobe, Airborne Tiger, Gibby all dealing with 3. Pickle as well dealing with 3. And Spin and Win, I believe it was a lap down, dealing with 6 seconds. So. And once again, me daydreaming about hauling ass in the safety car. So probably not looking at a 5-lap shootout. Field is back together, but we'll have another lap, I'm sure. Please come in this lap. There we go. So FBI agent once more has control of the field. So through the final sector. This time nothing between him and P2 Kobe plays. Kobe dealing with that 3-second time penalty, but who knows what can happen. There's still 5 laps to go once we take the green. And FBI agent going now. Not quite, actually. Goes a little bit later. Kobe all over the back of him. Look at this. Tucked in. Goes defensive all the way to the inside. This Red Bull has an idea and has a sniff of the lead. He will get to the inside with a slight lock and take the position. Side by side behind him. Shuffling. Airborne Tiger gets into P3. Obese Mode to P5. And trying to get more around the outside. That outside becomes the inside. Tight corner to go side by side, though. He's not going to be able to complete the move before turn 4. And it's Andy Woo's to hold on to. A lot of excitement there as Kobe moves into the lead on track. But he's got a bit of work to do to hold on to it on that timing page. A lot of excitement there on the restart. So Airborne Tiger sneaking by the brick wall that is known as Andy Woo right now. And now Obese Mode is the one stuck behind that Haas. That Haas looks mighty, mighty wide currently. I'm still seeing yellow flag. I'm not sure why. Already 2-second gap. And DRS enabled this time by Kobe Hammett. Won't have to deal with it this lap. The detection is before the beginning of the lap. I missed it as my monitor cut out, but Gibby gets by Gourd Sauce. Or is this Gourd Sauce trying to get by Gibby? I think it's the latter. Gourd to the inside. Will there be enough space side by side? And the Alpine has to back out. Smart move there. Survived to drive another lap. Ghost Viper side by side with Nico. He'll be on the inside, and they're banging wheels. So the Sauber will hold on to that position. Tough to go side by side there. Gibby felt like he was as high as P2, P3 at some point, but hanging around P9 currently. Andy Woo continuing to hold back. I think it was a difference of 2 seconds that time. It was gap at 2 seconds to Airborne Tiger last time around. It is now 4.3 seconds. We go back to the front. This trio at the front. FBI agent to the inside, back to the outside. Dummies him into a defense and will regain the lead. Kobe around the outside. Can he make it stick? They're going to leave enough room. FBI will have DRS, and they clang front wheels. McLaren still to the outside. Still side by side. And the Red Bull will remain in front. We're having a great battle here in the final 3 laps. McLaren to the inside and backed out. Trying to scare each other into moves. And we've got an incident. Obese Mode is off. May have reset the track there. So Beast Mode lost out in that battle for P4, 5, 6. Kobe Place has not missed out. He's still holding on to this lead. At this point, just hoping that FBI agent can make a mistake. Cost himself 3 seconds. I'll hop back into that battle in a moment. Spot up and Laradri fighting for position. But FBI agent back to the outside. Another lap, another chance. Goes defensive, but Kobe's liking this outside line through turn 1. He's not going to keep the side-by-side, though. And he's the only one without DRS in this group. There we go. Nico gets by Wu. It's like, finally. Have to hold on to this position. So he breaks through that wall, but it's a long way to go after that. Viper, Gourd Sauce. Sauce all over the back. So I'm not going to want to make a move there, but Gourd Sauce putting together a quietly good day here. P7, knocking on the door, P6. Oh, man. Just some difficult cards dealt to... Oh, wow. And... Not sure what happened there. All right, heading to the final lap of this race. FBI agent back out in front, and he's pulled away. 1.7 seconds. The time penalties, though, they will offset between the Red Bull and the Aston Martin. A big bump in the back there from Airborne Tiger. So they are fighting for P2 regardless of the penalties. The Red Bull holding off the Aston Martin. And we've got another car around. It's Heavy Chalice in the wall. A lot of drivers making it real deep into this race without any mistakes, but the last couple of laps will get you. The Ghost Viper no longer battling Gord. He's on the back of Wu. So got a little sketchy there for a moment, but FBI agent, really no doubt, right? Starts from pole, regains the lead on track in the closing laps, and with that, FBI agent, unofficially, your Season 14 Midweek Tier Champion. Kobe Plays holds on for P2 in this race. Airborne Tiger completes the podium. Recovered from Nico. Andy Wu going defensive all the way. P5. See any battles here we're trying to keep an eye out for. Did Beast Mode go deep and DNF in the final corner? Oh, Chalice, yeah, big damage. But he's going to limp it home. P14. It's a very foregone conclusion at the front. But last couple laps, some great battles in the top half of the field. And we started watching drivers drop like flies. We're to catch some of those incidents, but racing hard here in the final stages. And it ends with FBI agent, a familiar place back on this podium. Fastest lap goes to Kobe. Andy Wu, driver of the day and most overtakes. And congrats to Vinny for cleanest driver. So there you have it. Our final results. FBI agent back on top. Podium for, what, the 13th consecutive race. 12th consecutive time. Kobe Plays. Hard-fought P2 from P2 on the grid. Airborne Tiger, P3. Nico, 4th. Andy Wu, up 8 spots on that one-stop strategy, P5. Ghost Viper, a good drive to 6. Gord Stoss, Echo Alex, also a great drive. Tolis from the back of the field, 9th. And LaRodri from nearly the back of the field, 10th. Then it's Vinny, Spot Up, Pickle Tickle, Heavy Chalice, Obese Mode, and Spin, Gibby, Ramsey, Furzy, and Pixel Knight. There's absolutely no way I'm getting through this. Let's see. Nope. I feel like the results are more important there, but alas. I will not be doing comps for next week. Midweek will be in Miami. I will be enjoying a night off. But perhaps week 13, which will be 2 weeks from now, at Canada, should be bringing you that action. So this has been PRL Midweek, Season 14, Round 11. I have been your gracious and wonderful host, Hoop BK, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.